We're talking about spiritual warfare.
Open war is upon you, whether you would risk it or not.
Spiritual warfare.
You simply do not know, you have not been taught.
Spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare is real.
Your mind has not been trained to discern heavenly realities.
Spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare. Man, I'm trapped in spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare.
It is an all-out war.
Spiritual warfare.
We are not waging war according to the flesh.
Spiritual warfare.
This is a battle between the dark and the light. There's something evil going on here.
Spiritual warfare.
Child of God, I need you to understand that you are in a spiritual warfare.
There is a titanic struggle in the world between the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of darkness.
We are in a battle today, whether we realize it or not, that the enemy is real.
There's something truly evil at work, and it is biblical.
When you committed your life to Jesus Christ, you entered into spiritual warfare.
If you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you have been enlisted as a soldier of Christ to see to the advancement of Christ's kingdom and the defeat of the enemy.
Because spiritual warfare is something that we believe is very relevant biblically, and it's something that's very relevant to us in the world today.
You can look around us, you can look at brothers and sisters that's still in the world, and know that sin is ruling and reigning in the minds of men and women.
There is a lot of spiritual warfare happening, and if you don't believe me, you can just simply look around our communities and find the hurting people.
Most people today, most Christians today, walk through their daily life with almost no idea.
It's not something we talk about in our daily lives usually, but maybe we should. Maybe we should be saying evil's a real thing and we need to do what we can to stop evil, because evil's real.
It's really easy to kind of float through life as if nothing is wrong and there's nothing going on in life. This changes things.
To be in the spiritual war, you have to be spiritually aware. You have to understand how to fight this fight.
So you really have to have your defensive already in order before you really start a spiritual battle.
Because physical lives aren't at stake. Eternal death and eternal life are at stake.
And I want you all well equipped mentally and spiritually for the battle that we are in.
When a country is in a time of war, they enter into what folks call a wartime mentality.
We have to know and understand how to enter into the reality of spiritual warfare.
We are at war, and when you live at war, you live differently than at a time of peace.
How do we walk as a warrior?
If we're going to succeed in this spiritual war with Satan and his army, we've got to equip one another. The church must equip its members with what they need to fight this battle.
God's got a destiny for you. He's got something for you to accomplish. You're not just here for the ride.
And if you don't know how to walk, and if you don't know how significant that walk is, when you engage using your weapons, you'll be slapped back pretty easily.
We're at war, and it's time that we begin to live like it, begin to live like it. Begin to live like it.
Fight the good fight of faith. Fight the good fight of faith. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. Before many witnesses. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.